Hello, everybody. Welcome to Conservatish episode 117. My name is Peter Feliciano, and I'm your host. This is going to be obviously a Terry Gross episode, breath of fresh racial air. I'm recording in my car by myself on Monday night. I was supposed to come out with an episode this morning, but it didn't because I've been busy. So suck my penis. I've been really goddamn busy. I haven't had time. The week got away from me. Everybody's out of town doing Christmas shit. Now, of course, you can always go find my album. It's still only 3 months old, so it's fresh. There is an appropriate amount of racial mix on it, and there's even a woman in there somewhere. So, if you don't like it, you're obviously horrible, racist, misogynist. I've also had my dick sucked by like 5 or 6 dudes over my life. So, you hate gay people unless you listen to my music. And also, you can make sure you subscribe wherever you're listening right now. Make sure, seriously, I'll say it fucking again, subscribe. And leave a review and rate the podcast and share this with your less offendable friends. You can find me on Instagram at Peter_Feliciano, and you can find me on Patreon at patreon.com/Conservatish, which will support both my musical efforts as well as my podcastial efforts. And I very much appreciate you tuning in. So yeah, like I said, it's been insane in my life, which is great. I've been working a lot at the restaurant in Greenwich Village. They like me a lot, and I've been able to jump in. I've noticed that anyone else who knows, who has worked in restaurants before understands that there's a pretty thick, rotation in there, a bit of a revolving door in most restaurants, and this one's a little more solid, but I definitely feel like 2.5 months into the job, and being the guy who people look to be, for hospitality and throw me into parties and stuff. I love that shit. I love working with parties. As soon as I work with parties, not only am I excited that I'm getting a lot of money, but I'm also excited because it's a large group of people, and I know how to play a large group of people. It's on the individual basis or the two tops. I can do them, and I do them very well. But give me a 10 or 11 or a 16. I'm great with that because my voice is loud and I'm funny. And I can ease tension and get us all on the same page, and this is exactly what the special is, and this is exactly what, let's go one by one and get, and I know how to shut people up and have them pay attention, but I also know how to make them feel kind of excited for what they're doing. So, yeah, I'm good at my job, which feels good. I need a new one. So, put in some good vibes or prayers or rain dance if you must. But I put in an application at the Comedy Cellar. I would fucking love to be a server at the Comedy Cellar. Let me rephrase that. I will suck it up. I'll suck it up because as long as I'm near those people, I don't really care what happens. As long as I'm, I'll as long as I'm on the floor. If Colin Quinn accidentally looks at the back of my head because I'm trying to get a mozzarella stick order right, I'd be happy with that for a year. Although I don't think it would, whatever. I don't know. I'm just excited about the prospect. I'm excited about it because I would love to, kind of be there, just be near comedians, just to be near what's actually happening, It's the whole reason why I moved out here, and I already have felt amazing doors opening in that aspect, but also felt really validated in my decision to move in a lot of ways. Some days have not felt that positive, and maybe I'll get to that, but, I think I've griped a little bit, on here. But yeah, it's going to be a solo episode, kids. So if you haven't listened to a solo episode, they're different. They're certainly not interesting conversations about veganness or Trump or about free speech or about racial tension. But they're some people really like them. I don't know why. I have a couple of friends and fans who have literally messaged me just straight up saying, "Oh, I love solo episodes." I'm like, okay. I don't. I like riffing with people, and I like having specific conversations. You throw out something, and some question or some idea kind of catches in my head, or maybe two or three, and I kind of keep those all in my head, floating along, and ready for I'm listening to what you're saying, but I'm ready to kind of move in. And sometimes those ideas completely go out the window, depending on the end of your sentence or whatever. But when it's just me, it's just like, oh, what was bothering me a few days ago? What bullshit did I read on Facebook 2 seconds ago? It's hard to kind of keep it all together there. But I would love to work at the Comedy Cellar. It'll be really difficult, and it might even be less money than I'm making now, and that's okay, because I would be in the shit. I would actually get to sit down or sit near or talk to my heroes, and yeah, I wonder if I should do stand-up. I got a bit together. I think I could do 5-10 minutes with this bit. Maybe that's the hubris of somebody who's never done stand-up really before. I kind of did once, but you've heard the story if you've listened to the show. It was a horrendous decision as far as the setting and as far as the application. The performance was not the right venue, and I did not do a very good job, and it was public, and it was embarrassing. It was the last time I performed at Tourette's Without Regrets. Shout out to Oakland. And by shout out Oakland, I mean fuck you, and who misses you? I don't, nigga. I don't fucking miss Oakland at all. All you fucking neighborhood kids who grew up on the peninsula and then, spent time in San Francisco trying to make it in whatever field or trying to be a part of the city and then gave up and moved to Oakland, and now you just put all this salve on your dreams by saying, oh, well, the culture's out here. Go fuck yourself. There's no fucking culture in Oakland. Jefferson Berge, you hear me? God damn it. Why are you over there? Although he's technically Berkeley-ish, but I'm goddamn saying there's no fucking, come on. There's no fucking culture in the Bay. You know where there is culture in the Bay? Indian people, Vietnamese motherfuckers. Okay, a taco truck here and there. But culture? It's not a culture. What, the culture of being offended near California, University of Berkeley? Come on, stop. That's not a culture. You're a tedium, So maybe it's just the food, but let's be honest, who works most of the time at the Indian place or maybe not the Vietnamese place, I don't think Asians like Mexicans, but most of the time, it's Mexicans who work at the restaurant, I used to say that, that's kind of how I like my Chinese food. I want Chewy to be fucking ladling fried, sugar-covered chicken onto my plate. Why at those places? And this includes Panda Express. Let's be fucking real. Why is the meat so delicious and these fixins so dog shit? The last time I've had Panda Express probably conservative estimate, I'm going to say 35 times over the last year. 35 I've had Panda Express. Disgusting, right? Whatever. I was moving. I was stressed out. And I have not, in these last 35 times, gotten nowhere near the fucking rice plate. I don't give a fuck. Don't touch my shit with that weird rice pilaf tasting fucking fried rice. That non-fried rice, okay? No, I don't want the fucking SOS pad that they're passing off as fucking chow mein either. Fuck you, motherfucker. Give me a goddamn honey walnut shrimp, okay, which has already been cooked like 14 times. Tastes soggy, okay, disgusting. And the fucking walnuts aren't even like walnuts anymore. They're just fucking hardened sugar. And give me an orange chicken. Yeah, that's it. I really am like the Panda Express white girl. Like, I'm the basic bitch of Panda Express. Like, give me just the orange chicken. I don't want no goddamn vegetable beef. Suck my dick. No, I don't give a shit if, like, oh, the broccoli beef. Okay, broccoli's in the title. If I'm making the bad decision of going to Panda Express, get that vegetable away from my mouth. Okay? I don't want to know. I don't need to hear it. I don't need to taste it in my teeth. Okay? See, this is the hard-hitting stuff that I knew I needed to have a podcast for. Want to smoke a cigarette? Let's smoke a cigarette. Yeah, it's been I've been playing with the idea of quitting a lot more because going outside is cold, and also it's been almost a year since I started smoking again. For those who don't remember the story, I started back again in 2011. I had 16 years sober. I just say that to beat myself up. So I started smoking about a year ago again after being quit for, 7 years? And 7.5 years. And it's been great. It's been pretty wonderful. Like, cigarettes are delicious for those who've never tried it. There are a lot of people in this world who've never tried smoking. And, good for you. But, like, it tastes good, And it definitely helped me through a lot of the stress of knowing, because probably makes sense. I mean, about a year ago is when I made the decision that I wanted to move out to New York. About a year ago is when I was starting to finalize the prep of the album. I had recorded the bulk of it, and I tweaked the bulk of it with producer Gowan Matthews. Best fucking... If you're thinking about doing an album, go play with fucking Gowan Matthews. Side note, Jefferson Berge is going to be probably working with him in a little bit now. So look out for more Jefferson Berge. I think there's going to be a single of his coming out. No, I'm sorry, an EP or an LP. I don't know, Jefferson. Just look up Jefferson Berge. His music is good, and he's the only other musician who's good. So besides me, obviously. And after recording the bulk of it and starting to realize, oh no, this is real, and started realizing, oh no, I'm actually moving. I was plagued with this giant pressure of like, I don't know if I can do this. Oh my God, this is really happening. And so my body was just like, nicotine. And I regret it, but I don't regret it because, number one, I can't really afford regrets. Number two, it helped me. It really has helped me a lot, kind of, with this complete life change. The thing is that, obviously a lot of you guys follow me on Instagram and Facebook and all that stuff, and now Snapchat. I don't know why I have Snapchat. I'm going to screenshot your tits anyway, baby girl. Sorry. You screenshotted it? It's just supposed to be temporary. Nope. Stop. Stop. Just relax. I'm not going to let nobody touch it. I'm not going to let nobody see it. Maybe my close friends. But, I'm not... Anyway, sorry. Got off on a rant there. But, you guys follow me on social media. Social media is your... as my friend Spencer used to put it, is my stage character, right? Is my who I want you to believe that I am. And I've tried to be a lot more honest over the last year. And I've gotten a lot better at it. But, in fact, I posted this last week about how the podcast is going and some frustrations around Instagram as a model for how successful we are. And also frustrations around whether people are listening or sharing or subscribing or whatever. Got some interesting feedback. Also got some not so fucking interesting feedback. I think the most consistent one was that people were like, I don't really listen to podcasts. I'm like, all right. Yeah. And I've also gotten people just say, like, it's just not my thing to listen to somebody make race and sex jokes. And I get that too. I'll follow this tangent for now. I'll go back to the other one in a second. But, I want to do what I want to do. And as long as people don't shut me down or crucify me for it, or tell others to or try to silence me, or try to cancel me, then we're fine, I don't care if it's not your fucking bag of tea, or whatever the hell that expression is. Cup of tea, there we go. But I don't tell me I can't, or that I shouldn't, or tell other people not to listen to me, or tell other people to essentially tell Instagram to flag me down because I'm being problematic. So anyway, I understand. But anyway, back to the social media thing. I've been trying to be more real about it, and but I got to tell you, and this is right now here live on the podcast. I'm going to practice this muscle that I have, not practiced at. The muscle is giving myself credit. Now, to those who know me well, I haven't done a great job with that for a lot of my life. But I've been trying to practice doing that more. So I'm going to do that right now. I worked really hard to get this done, and I risked a lot, and still am working harder than I ever have, and risking every fucking day. And don't get me wrong, I am not doing this alone. I know that. Not just the outpouring of love, but the fucking support and love that I've received have been incredible. Doors opening all over the place. People just wanting. I have a friend who keeps fucking he keeps Venmoing me, just once every 2 weeks. Just here's $75. I get mad at him. What? I'm not. You did. Thank you. It's I didn't ask you why you do it. You know what? Okay, thank you. Because fucking shit. It's nice. It's not just the, peace and less stress that comes with people helping me, but it's the emotional, move that really signifies is such a fucking great thing. Because it's okay, I'm not by myself. This game is pretty crazy. But I will say, like I said, that's part of what the start of this tangent is that this smoking thing is not good. But I'm also not going to beat myself up about it. I'm also going to realize that, I worked really fucking hard to get that album the way I wanted it to be. And I was so blessed along the way. But I also, with that huge thing coming out of me, took years of really hard work and hours and thousands of dollars, and we got it done. And at the same time, I decided to move across the country to a place that I don't know, except for since I was 9. I lived in Long Island when I was 9, but I don't really know New York. I don't even really know Long Island. Nobody knows nothing when you're 9. All I remember is the pizza and my family. The family members that, I grew up with. That's it. Robert Moses Beach, and the little tower that's at Jones Beach, I think it is. That's about it. I remember what my yard looked like, and I remember there was a white tree in the front that you could peel off it reminded me of zebra skin. You could peel off the bark. And I remember there were lightning bugs. I remember bagels. But I'm 9. I don't remember. I don't really remember what the hell was going on. So I didn't know in New York. It wasn't a return. And I certainly had goals, and I still have goals, but not a lot of true 100% clear-cut direction. There's a lot of like, oh, it would be nice to be near comedians. Okay, well, what do people do when they're near comedians? What have others done? They've worked at the Comedy Cellar. Okay, I'll put in an application at the Comedy Cellar. But Pete, are you a stand-up? Well, no, but I just want to be near them. Like, I don't know. Maybe that's not the greatest goal. Like, it's not really a life goal, sustainability-wise, to just be near motherfuckers. But, kind of. Even if I was, like, because I think I've been thinking about stand-up more and thinking about Broadway and thinking about acting and thinking about all kinds of things. But that's the thing, is that being out here is very inspirational, but it's also a lot to take in, and it's the biggest lot to take in is the fucking commute from Long Island to Greenwich Village, where I work, and Chelsea and Hell's Kitchen, like, kind of where I hang out. It's been a motherfucker, and it's literally like an hour and a half with no traffic. So, you know, it's been a lot. So as far as like an update on how I'm doing amazing in a lot of different ways. But right now is still a huge transitional time. Does the transitional time ever stop? I don't think it does. I don't think the transitional time ever stops. Don't get me wrong. It's not every fucking day that someone moves across the country and starts an album and finishes an album and blah, 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 blah. But, I don't think the transitional time ever stops. Because even before I made this decision, I was in a transitional period. I think transition is just what we're doing all the time. It's kind of gay. You know what I mean? Like, it's kind of a lot, man. This life business. The fuck are we doing? I mean, the other option is stopping it. I'm not going to do that. I like fucking and sex and talking my mind too much, but like I said, fucking and sex. Maybe. I like, food and life. I like life. I like my life. I would not want to be anybody else, but I just, after I slay this dragon, there's just another, And so I think maybe that's the normal, role of a 33-year-old man who's trying to be mature, is to realize that and realize the whole, like, oh, I'm going to die one day. Might not be very long, Could get hit by a car tomorrow when I'm trying to put out this episode that's really important. I needed to get out yesterday. Yeah. So I'm going to be selling the car, and it's also weirdly sad. I don't want to sell the car. I like this car. I don't, but I like it. I mean, there's a fucking hole. I don't know if you guys can see this. Let's see if you can see this. Maybe you can't. No, I don't think you can. Here, I'll hold the camera. Look at this. Hang on. Watch this. See that? That is my finger inside the seat. You hear that? Maybe you can't hear that. That is metal. That is what my back has been up against and my shoulder blades have been up against for the entire 3 years that I've had this vehicle. So I don't really... Oh, sorry, I forgot to bring that mic back up. So I don't really like the car, really at all. But it's been very good to me. It's been 3 fucking years I've had this car. In fact, 2 days ago, I think it was 3 days ago, I think it was 3 years. And before then, I didn't have a car for a long time. And and so I'm really grateful to have had it, and it's been so good to me. And I've put, let's see, I got it when it had 51,000 miles on it. And 3 years later, it has 183. So I did a lot of driving. A lot of driving. I don't think anyone else has ever really driven it. Maybe once. But, yeah, I think I was the only one who's ever driven it. And, man, not having a car was a pain in the Bay Area. And I'm not looking forward to the lack of structure and the structure of not having a vehicle. I'm not looking forward to it. I like the autonomy of just getting in my car. And even if I'm waiting an extra half hour to look for parking, I'm listening to my fucking music, and I'm not touching anybody, and no one's touching me, and just leave me the fuck alone. And I can throw back some peanuts or a snack or something, and, piss into a cup if I need to, because there's nowhere else to piss in cities sometimes. Like, it's a wonderful machine. And now I'm looking at getting rid of it, and temporarily, for could be a week, could be 2 months, traveling from Long Island to Greenwich Village by train only, which honestly, time-wise, would only add about a half hour. Gay-ass fucking Long Island Expressway. But also would be, I mean, maybe that's an extra 2 hours where I'm not focused on the road and I'm just writing bits or, I don't know, 2 hours without a cigarette. Interesting. I've actually been going a lot longer. At my work, there's not really cigarette breaks. I think I've had one in the 2.5 months. So I'll literally go six, sometimes 7 hours without a cigarette. It's a little testy. It's getting a little easier, which is, I think, part of the reason why I'm getting more used to the idea of actually quitting all the way. It's that 3-day mark, motherfucker. Nigga. It's like my body takes over. Because I've quit a couple of times over the last year, and I fucking don't approve of it. That's the thing, is if you haven't tried smoking, man, it's delicious. But if you haven't tried smoking, try quitting smoking. I've done a lot of this episode, and I approve of it. But yeah, quitting smoking is a bitch and a half. Quitting smoking, I don't know how I got through. Like that first time I quit in 2011, let's see, how old was I? I was 25, and I was 25, and I just felt like a pathetic piece of shit, and I was just like done. And so I quit. And I'd quit tons of times before. But I quit. And then, like 2 days later, 2 or 3 days later, I went on a date. My first date with who was going to be my girlfriend for the next, 6 months, 7 months. And she was a smoker and smoked in her car. And I remember just being a little crazy. But not like crazy. Not like I can't remember being like that crazy. But like a few months ago when I quit for 3 days, it was fucking I was shaking. It was bad. So maybe is it getting worse? Scientists who listen to, medical professionals who listen to Conservatish, please write in your feedback to conservatishpodcast@gmail.com. Oh, by the way, I know I was supposed to have a really controversial guest, but they had to go to England. Hint. So they're not going to be in town. Should I just tell you? I feel like, what's the fucking point? Why am I stringing you along? You were already assuming that you would be listening to them right now. Should I just tell you? I should probably just tell you. Ready? All right. I'm going to tell you who the really controversial guest is. No, I'm not. I'm not going to tell you. No, I'm not going to tell you. But England is a hint. We'll just leave it at that. How's that? It's a big fucking get. And I'm really looking forward to this conversation that he and I will hear. There's another hint. that he and I will be having. And I'm looking forward to the reactions. Because I'm certainly going to, once I have a solid date, and he and I are definitely sitting down in the podcast studio that I'm going to rent for it, because I'm not, going to record in the Honda Civic. Once we have a solid date, and I'm looking forward to the reactions that I get from social media. I'm not sure how the social media companies will approve. I don't know, but I'm really looking forward to this conversation, and I'm looking forward to telling you about the story of how it happened. I can't stop winking and ing. I don't know what the problem is. I apologize. Anyway, I'll tell you about this guest. I'm gonna have Jess the prequel on my show, which is she's a badass. I told you about her. I think I was talking to Antonio Boricua about her. She's one of the filthier people that I follow on Instagram, and she's a cool cat. And so that'll be an interesting conversation. We're going to do through Skype because she lives in Florida. I think probably my first question will be, why the fuck do you live in Florida? Who lives in Florida, like on purpose? So maybe that'll be it. I think she likes young military men, so maybe that's the reason why. Anyway, it's going to be a good conversation. Lots of nasty shit, so look forward to that. But yeah, she's got a good following on Instagram as well, and other forms of social media. And then I've got some other people coming down the pike as well. Some really interesting conversations. One with a anonymous gal who takes pictures for escorts in the New York area. I also have a guy who's a well-known, like he's been a journalist, pretty, sometimes controversial journalist. I'm going to have him on the show. So yeah, it's going to be stuff. Like I said, there's doors opening. But it's just I'm still pretty low rent. That's all. And that's okay. That's all right. Should I be honest about this? Sure, I'll be honest about this. It has been now almost 3 months since I've had sex. Oh, God. And it's okay. I haven't been able to, not just like, fuck, where would I take her? But like, I just haven't had it in my bones. I just haven't had it in my soul. I just haven't had it in my mind to like ask women. I've like hung out with one or two in kind of datey fashion, but I hung out with a girl the other day, and I was just like, I won't get detailed because I'm not sure if she listens, but like I realized very quickly, I was like, I would, but like, just because I would doesn't mean I want to, and I'm just not, like, I just feel like, okay, if you would just stop talking and I didn't have to do any work. Don't get me wrong, ladies. I'm a very hard worker in the bedroom, but if I didn't have to do any work to get there, like if we were already making out right now and therefore you couldn't talk anymore, then I'd be sexually interested in you. But otherwise, nah, I'm good. Like, I'm fucking good. I will mention one conservatish-ish type of topic. I was in a certain gathering earlier this week, and a gal was there who was talking about attending a certain gathering that's most of the time only for men. So I asked her, isn't that a men's gathering? And she said, well, I identify as a male. Okay. Now, I've said it a million times, and I'll say it the fuck again. I love trans people. I love them. Bailey J's kind of hot. You ever looked up Bailey J? Go look up Bailey J. Not at work. Go into the bathroom. By the way, God bless any women or men, especially women, who have masturbated at work. I love you, girls. I love you so much. You're such good girls. I love you. But and I have I'm friends with a trans comic named Morgan. She's come on the show before. She's fucking funny and she's an amazing life story. And I call her. And I wouldn't call this lady who's identifies as a male a girl to her face. I wouldn't say, "What up, bitch?" Like, I wouldn't do that because I'm respectful and I want her to feel free. But she was wearing fucking girl clothes. She didn't have a boy's haircut. That nigga didn't take one fucking hormone pill. Like, you're not even gonna fucking try? And here's the real reality. The reason why she's not trying, and I say she because I'm being humorous and also because I'm annoyed right now by her. The reason why she doesn't try, because she likes the attention that being different gives her. She likes the attention and the feeling of throwing a wrench in the whole works. What are you gonna do with me? Can you handle me? Let's see how morally on your toes or on your heels I can make you feel. Because there's power in that. She knows she's a fucking girl. Stop. Because girls who feel like they're actually trans girls, like who want to identify as a guy, so I guess trans men, will do guy shit. They'll put on guy clothes. Not all the time, sure. I guess. But like, nigga, you're not even gonna like... she didn't punish me for saying, "Oh, isn't that a men's gathering?" Like, she didn't audibly say out loud, "Excuse me, I identify..." Like, she didn't do that. So she was probably a fine person. I'm just ranting by myself in a Honda Civic that smells like cigarettes. But, like, you're not even gonna try, dude. Come on, man. I feel like the reason why she wasn't trying is because she likes the power. Listen, crazy comes in all shapes and sizes. And I think there's a benefit to not jumping into the crazy with the crazy person. I think there's a benefit to us not going. I remember one time we were walking, me and some friends, and there was this guy saying that there was a black guy, I think, on the streets talking to us / himself about how he had a gay sexual experience with Obama, and like Obama whipped him or like used ropes on him or something like that. And if I had gone, "Well, gee golly, if that's the way you want to identify, like, I'm not saying it's the same thing, but you understand what I'm saying. Don't get all offended and whatever. But do you understand what I'm saying? Crazy, just because you're black don't mean you can't also be fucking nuts. Just because you're trans doesn't mean you can also be fucking nuts." And victim, whether it comes in form of, just victim's not good for us, man. And she was getting power from that shit. Anyway. See, now these are the reasons why I feel, anyway, that my show is, a little much sometimes. But as you can see from earlier in the show, I do have genuine love. And I do talk about spirituality from time to time and like being nice to myself. And I do have updates about things with my life. And I do I'm a musician. See? That's the fear, I think. Well, the main fear, and I talked about this on the post, is the real fear is that there's a genuine disinterest because I'm not actually good at what I do. I don't think it's that. But a big fear is that I'm too liberal for the conservatives and I'm too conservative for the liberals. Because a lot of the conservative fans / friends that I've gotten over the last year, it hasn't been a ton. But of those, a lot of them, like, I'll follow them back and I'll realize very quickly, oh, you're like super into Jesus. You're not, like, I can see them follow me and I'm like, you're not going to like what I'm going to post, like, in a second here. Like, if you have like God-centric and like man shall not lie with me, I mean, they won't go as far as that or whatever. But like if you're posting a lot of memes about the gay agenda, you're not going to like that I'm a fan of drag queens. Like you're not going to, sorry kid. I'm not saying you shouldn't follow me or listen to the show, because I think that's the whole point, is to listen to my amazing ass. But I would say I'm a little too fucking liberal for a lot of conservatives, especially Christian conservatives. And I'm certainly too, quote-unquote, conservative for a lot of liberal people, too. So I'm not exactly sure where I'm at when it comes to the podcast itself. It's a bit of a weird position. And I said this on the post, too. Like, I certainly adore the confrontation. I would like more confrontation. Not like flagging me and flagging my posts because I'm problematic. I would like more actual confrontation instead of like rappers talking behind my back. What happened to that dude? Fuck that dude. No. Fuck you. I didn't change, motherfucker. You're just a bitch. I'm not saying if you can't handle my show, you're a bitch. I'm saying if you knew me in shows, and then if you knew me, especially if you knew me, and then you like, conservative, he's a fucking conservative, he's a Trump, like if you do, like you, fuck you. I'm not saying you need to listen to every show. I don't listen to every fucking, Jim and Sam. I mean, almost every single one. But, sometimes I'll listen to Joe Rogan, but not really much anymore. Like most of the time when he goes off, and like if I look at the description and there's somebody who's like an alien guy, I'm like, all right, suck my dick, Joe. I'm not gonna listen. If somebody's like super into pop, I don't think I've really actively listened to a Joe Rogan besides Billy Corgan's episode. Billy Corgan's episode I've listened twice. I think the last Roseanne I listened to once. The other Roseanne I listened to once. If Joey Diaz is on there, I'll pop a listen in. But, like, he gets so serious. Joe gets very serious and, like... So I'm not Joe Rogan enough for the Joe Rogan-y people. I don't know. I'm not a martyr. And I'm not gonna go down the road of, like, people don't understand me. But I think it's a piece of the reason why it's been such a kind of a slow growth. It's been a lot of slow... With this podcast... Some motherfuckers get quick, and that's okay. I have a different stilo. I have a different vibe on my show. I have a different way I work with words and with actions and with racial slur. But I think I have a pretty tight corner of fans. It's a small corner, but I have a tight corner of fans, and I love you guys very much. And I know I say all kinds of foul shit, and we make fun of each other on social media, and we have fun. But I will just sincerely say I love you, and I appreciate you for loving and appreciating me, and for being there for me, and for sharing my stuff, and subscribing, and blah, blah, blah. All the fake salesman shit that I do on here is obviously something I need to do. And I know I have a hard time, like, asking for help or for... That's why I make so many jokes about that, just because it's hard to be it feels like a bit of a prostitute move to be like, make sure you subscribe. Anyway, I won't go on to that, but I will just say I really love you and I appreciate you very much. And I know, I know that I can be a little over the top sometimes. But to those who can handle it, I say thank you. Thank you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. And for those who can't, I say I love you very much too. And you don't have to listen every week. But don't stop other niggas from fucking listening. Okay? Thank you. Fuck that guy. He changed. I'm going to go back to making mediocre music. You're never going to do nothing with your life anyway, nigga. Fucking feel free to shit on me. At least I'm moving. I'm not moving to fucking... Arizona. Only I know the reference. Okay. Oh, it feels good. Feels good. Feels really good. We'll smoke another cigarette and then I'll let you go. Anyway. Oh, I need water. My God, what is wrong with me? Want to listen to me and watch me drink water? Ready? See how good I am to you? Today is day 25 of 25 days of my eating plan. I lost 20 pounds. Probably more like 21, but still. No, I know what you're saying. Good God, that's too fast and not sustainable. I know. Relax. So I'll die a little early. Relax. But the fucking shit's effective. In fact, I was just talking with somebody. A cute girl. And she and I have been seeing each other for a year or so. She's that San Francisco girl. I'm not sure if I talked about her. Anyway, I'm not going to talk about her now. So, we were talking and I was thinking, okay, today's day 25. I definitely want to eat some weird shit for like 36 hours. But I kind of feel like I want to keep going. I saw a video of me promoting the Morgan episode last year. It was just a dumb video of me spinning around in a chair like a loon. But I was like, God, I look skinnier. I really kind of want to look like that. You know, and now that I'm in New York, I kind of feel like maybe I should just like go all the way. I think I'm at, what am I? So when I started the plan, I was 255.5. Now I'm 235. And in that video, I was probably tops 220. So it'd be another like 15 pounds down. Yep. Now, technically, I looked it up. And for someone who's 6'1", like I am, 229 is just at the very top level before you start to be like overweight. Or it might have been obese, but I think it was overweight. So like 229 would be appropriate for my height. So, you know, I just feel like I'm scared of getting off of this eating plan because I remember what happened last time, and I'm doing a lot more internal work to love myself and accept myself and blah, 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 blah. Thanks, life. But I don't know, man. I just don't want to, like, gain it right fucking back. And I know that, like, without some sort of structured plan or... Not structured plan, let me rephrase that. Because structured plan sounds like I will have salad, and I will have salad, and I will have maybe lean meat, and then I will have salad. Like, I don't want to do that either. But there are some foods that are just not fucking safe for me. Unless I'm on a cheat day. Pizza ain't a fucking safe food for me. And it fucking bothers me. Not just because I'm in Mecca, but also because skinny niggas will run around eating slices. Like there are people in New York right now, even though it's 2 o'clock in the morning, there are people earlier in the night, let's just say on a Monday night, who popped into a pizza place with a friend and had a slice. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. God damn it. I can't do it. It's almost to the level of like I can't get away with one beer or one fucking bowl. Like I'm telling you, dude. I can't have like one slice leads to some more shit. It may take a day, it may take 2 days, but something in the back of my head is just like, I want to eat more fucking... I need some fried rice to add to this. I want some chips. I want some Panda Express. I want some nasty, fried, sugary, savory shit. God damn it. Oh, you fucking skinny cocksuckers. I don't know. If you've never struggled with weight before, whatever. God bless you. Perfect child of God. Blah, 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 blah. But yeah, to all my fat motherfuckers. It's real. It's real shit. And I feel really good about my body, the way it is right now. But like, 15 more pounds? Shit. And then put on some muscle? Shit. Like, here's what it really fucking is. I mean, there's a couple... by the way, most solo episodes are like 30 minutes, okay? So, will you forgive me now for not putting out a fucking episode yesterday? You fucking ungrateful cunts.
No, you have to be consistent.
No one really said that. No one's been mad. I got one message from my brother like, hey, duh, I look Tongan. But like, no one's been upset. It's just my definitions. Anyway, to go back to the other thing I was talking about, it's my fucking definitions again. It's this idea that if I'm not skinny, I'm not lovable. I'm getting way too real on this show. It's this idea that in order to like really be sexy, I need to look like I need to be in my mind. I need to be sexy enough to not even have to ask a girl out and just get laid. Like that's, for some reason, what I think I'm supposed to look like. I'm supposed to look like just sexy enough where girls throw themselves at me. Otherwise, I'm not there yet. And by there yet, I think the real definition in my head is I'm not deserving, if I have to ask or work for it. My ego is a cunt. Yeah. So I've been practicing more of that horrible, wonderful, spiritual shit of loving myself and accepting myself as I am and all that stuff. See, I'm getting better at it. I'm not throwing up anymore when I say it. It's been sage. Here's the sage that got me across America. Like, I don't know, I kind of like positive affirmations and dumb crap like that. Kind of think believing in myself might be the actual way to go. Who'd have thunk it? Anyway, I'll wrap this up by saying I'm not late, so that's good. And I have a lot of amazing shit going on in my life, and I'm capable because of the hard work that I've done, both externally and internally, and I'm being completely taken care of. You probably are too. You dumb bitch. Anyway. You can support this podcast at patreon.com/conservatish. Or you can just Venmo me. I don't give a shit. Peter-Feliciano on Venmo. Or PayPal. conservatishpodcast@gmail.com. You can send me your titty pictures. Or your angry letters. Or your pleas of me to... Why'd you change, bro? To conservatishpodcast@gmail.com. You can also find me on Instagram at Peter_Feliciano. And you can make sure that you subscribe to wherever you're listening so that you can hear a new episode every Monday-ish. Been pretty goddamn good with Monday episodes, okay? Relax. The last one I missed was September because I was coming out with an album that day. So, sorry. But yeah, you can make sure you subscribe and rate and review and share this with your less offendable friends, or even the ones that will get offended, because I love you too. And if you've gotten 54 minutes into this episode, 55 minutes now into this episode, and you disagreed with one thing or another, or one of the words or phrases I used,